What is up, folks? Every time I said last week I was going to fade it in, I forgot to do that this week.
But, nice.
I know. What is up, everybody? It's Friday night, 7:30. You know what that means? It's time for the Panhandle Fishing Report. I'm your host, Smitty, Mike Smith, Smitty Surf Fishing, and with me always is.
What's going on, everybody? It is Demo from Finding Demo Surf Fishing Podcast. Well, it is a glorious Friday, and it's going to be an interesting weekend. And I hope y'all are ready because it's going to get windy. What's up there, Frank?
Yes,
Saltwater Yankees. Good evening, sir.
Frank, what's going on, buddy? Chustra Hung. How you doing, buddy? What's up?
Chew. Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, it's a blustery one out there. I guess that's the word to use. Yo, Vernon, what's happening, buddy? It's been windy all week. It's been crazy. And for those of you, Bruce, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, Bruce.
Welcome to the show. For those of y'all fishing the 2020 Spring Pompano Showdown, yeah, I raced my little digits there. But it's going to be tough. It is not impossible. There are lots of folks. Vanessa, what's happening? There are lots of folks that are out there fishing and catching and having a good time. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, about that. Some folks even went out like all day today and
stopped it for a lunch break and then tried again. I mean, those people are insane.
Yeah, right. But worth it. But worth it. Getting out there and getting after them. Pompano are here. They're everywhere. You just got to get out there and weather through, find those spots. Pompano are being caught for the tournament. We'll have Blane on later, Perdido Blane. He'll be on the show later to give us kind of a last-minute rundown for everybody. Corey, what is up, Mr. Dyer?
Oh, tough day. I'm sorry, man. You've been on fire too, dude. You've been crushing it lately. Yeah. I know that you're one of the names that, I mean, hell, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Sunday anyway, but
yeah,
I'll admit you're in my worry category.
Yeah,
it happens.
You know, and he did post some pretty good pictures earlier. For early in the morning, probably not as good as the afternoon, but the early morning bite seemed to be pretty good.
That early morning bite today, if you guys were all out, if you missed it, hey, okay, cool. But today's early morning bite was definitely good. If you were out there at sunrise, the fish were chewing, and it was a great opportunity to get out there. For the rest of the day, it was just sporadic hits on and off. You were lucky to get to school, or maybe you were getting a stray. It was definitely a bit of a challenge, and the wind did not make it easy on anybody. I know that for a fact.
No, not at all. And that was up and down the Panhandle too. I mean, up and down the coast. So Mr. Robert Green, what's happening, buddy?
Get that fish can't go no more.
Yeah. So we got some news tonight. We have a new sponsor who is who's been a longtime fan, and maybe mentioned somewher on the hat somewhere.
It's like I see it.
It's like a premonition of what's about to happen. For those of you that are following, we got some discount codes that are being offered by different folks. GI Jigs with the discount code PFR is offering a 10% discount through the month of April. So if you haven't gotten your jigs yet, by all means, get over there and get on his site now and get those ordered because you're going to need them for Spanish mackerel, for red snapper, for just about anything that swim lionfish. We got Capt Mark Hotze is going to be on with us later on. Lionfish on the GI Jigs. Amazing. Go Mexis. Got a 10% discount on Go Mexis knobs. And I got confirmation email last night.
I'm going to talk to you about that.
My connection at Go Mexis that has said handles have shipped. So we will be giving away some handles. To some lucky folks once we hit that 500 likes on Facebook. We're over 500 followers, but we need the likes. So 500 likes. We're sitting at 450, I think, right now. So we get those up, and then at the 500 like mark, we'll be doing our giveaway. And tonight's announcement is Rob Foster at Rogue Reels.
I was wondering if you were setting me up there. You paused.
No. Is going to be offering a 15% discount on rigs for the next 5 weeks. I think it was 4 weeks. It's going to be 4 shows. So tonight, I got to pull up his email, his message. But I think it's going to go through mid-May.
Yep.
And that code is going to be Panhandle in all caps. There'll be a link in the description when we post up the video finally on Facebook. It'll have the discount code on there. So get over there, check out Rob's. Rob makes some amazing redfish rigs. Matter of fact, I was going to highlight this one real quick. This is his 3-foot castable redfish rig. And that's what used to be a 7/0 hook that Jack yesterday pulled in a 6-foot plus bull shark on out at Fort Pickens. This thing, it's straight. I messaged Rob right away and said, man, this thing is like, we just caught this big bull shark on one of your redfish leaders. And he goes, it's not supposed to do that. I'm like, I know it's not, but it did. I mean, look at what it did to the hook.
You're not even supposed to catch tuna, but here we are.
But here we are. Absolutely. So Rob makes some fantastic shark leaders. He makes castable rigs. This is a 3-foot redfish rig. I mean, you've used some of his rigs. What do you think?
I absolutely love them. They are. I have a constant setup on the 11-foot beach runner for a redfish rig with that one. I definitely get that stuck on, and it's held up just fine on every cast. I can get it long. I can move short. I've had no issues with that. He's also going to have some other rigs coming out soon, which we will get out to the masses. We're just waiting for a couple more words of confirmation. So there'll be more than those ones, but he has made a great set of rigs. Arrington. I heard they're chewing okay. Yeah. Not bad, man. But it's good to see you. Glad to have you on. Pompano Rich, good evening. Hello. You're watching. Good to go.
Hello. Thanks.
But yeah, a big fan. I love his rigs, and I've also very much so enjoyed what you've done with him with the boat and setting that up for your dropper rigs when you're taking it out on the fishing surfer, going after sharks. It was smart.
Yeah, we got some exciting things maybe coming down from Joyceway. Well, actually, it's in conjunction with Rob. And working with the boat. So if any of you have an RC fishing surfer, there may be something coming out really cool from Rogue Reels that you'll be able to take out some nice baits like we do for shark fishing. So what is up, Mr. Foster? We were just talking about you.
There he is.
It's like you got ESP. We appreciate the discount code. We just finished announcing that to everybody. So thank you for that. Hopefully we'll get you some orders in there. Mr. Schubert, what's happening, buddy? We'll be talking to you soon.
All right. So if you haven't done so already, don't forget it with this while we're on the live cast. Share it out. Get it out to the masses. Like Mike said earlier, we're trying to get to that number. But hey, this is a good weekend to be actually tuned in, because if you're here in the area, you want to hear about the tournament. You want to hear about the bite. You're going to want to find out about the forecast. You're going to want to know about all this stuff that's coming up. Perdido Blane, like he said, is coming on, and there's more info. So don't miss out. Like I said, share it out. You're going to help somebody. And like you hear us, we always talk about stuff that's going to be knowledgeable. So don't just hoard the info ever. Spread it out.
Absolutely. Right. That's what this whole group is about. That's what the Panhandle Fishing Report. That's like all the groups, Panhandle Surf Fishing, all of that is all about making anglers better, getting information out there, and making sure everybody can go out and catch fish and enjoy it like we do, because that's why we do it.
Yep.
Have a good time.
All righty. So shall we? Let's get into the game. What do you got on weather, sir?
Well, yeah, we're not gonna do a question tonight. We're kind of running through our normal program a little bit quicker so we can get through our captains, because Brian and I tend to ramble on. So we're gonna jump right into it. Let's see what we got for weather coming up. I'll be honest, it's not looking much better. Bottom of the night. Oh boy. Let's see here. Oh, I don't want to invite. I want to share. What we got here? Share screen. Tab. Okay. A Citibank commercial, I think, is up. We want to close that. There we go. All right. Tonight, winds are dropping. So if you're out fishing right now and still paying attention to this live stream, good on you. But winds have dropped to about 8 out of the east there. tomorrow, I mean, it's going to be beautiful. The weather wise, 80s, low 70s. I mean, look at that. I mean, temps are gorgeous. It's the wind that's driving us crazy right now. Tomorrow, high of about 15. That's what it should be. It should be dropping down at nighttime, though. So in the evening, early morning, late evening is going to be the best time to get out, unless you can find somewhere where you're running around and get out of that southeast wind if you're inshore fishing. Sunday's looking good. Again, high of 78, low 62. So that's perfect. And then we're dropping down. This is weigh-in day. So we got to make sure we get over to Lost Key by 4 o'clock is weigh-in. Monday's looking good. Tuesday, a little bit of showers going into that north wind on Wednesday, which should be good. And then east winds again at light, 8. You know, it is what it is for the next week. I'm thinking, though, Tuesday into Wednesday is going to be great.
Yeah, the weather temperature going up, wind movement. Yeah, I don't see any problems with this. With the water clarity being what it is, the question will be Tuesday is how much it mixes it up.
Yeah, even with this hard wind we're having, the water clarity out there on the beach is great, I think. I mean, it's not super clear, but for what we have, it's great.
So for all you sitting there, anybody that's going to want to comment in, I heard Destin, it was a little bit dirty. You guys had some grass issues. I know Navarre, we had some grass issues today. I believe over in the Perdido area, the water was cleaning up. Alabama, I believe you all are still dirty, but you are improving. After you're done, you want to throw me on the share?
Yeah. I'll throw you up on the share. Oh, that's what
where am I?
Yeah, there you go. Windy.
All right.
I love that app, by the way. I just downloaded it.
It's huge. Like, you guys have heard me talk about it. So let's talk about the first thing. Farmer's Almanac. Today we had fair. Tomorrow this is today. Tomorrow, the 23rd, we've got a good condition, also stating with the morning. And then Sunday, the Farmer's Almanac is saying morning time is going to be the best one. So 25th and 26th, of course, is going to be good. But then we're on to a very long streak of the red sadness. So plan your fishing accordingly. Windy. This app is great. Like Mike just said, huge advantage. Like I said, I threw a live out on Finding Demo Surf Fishing. I did wind and I did waves. I wanted to see that. The waves are not going to play a factor. The current is. Don't get that mistaken. The current is ripping to the west. So I threw out on Sputniks today. I was throwing 4 ounces. They held up just fine. I didn't have to do the 90-degree bend. I did throw a 3 on my short dagger, and it did okay, but it was struggling. So recommend on that. All right, so real quick, we'll run through this. So here you go. We're running into Saturday, 2, 3 a.m., 4, 5, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. You can already see it. It's in the greens, so we're getting up into the 20s on the higher gust side. Into the evening, it's going to stay there, but it's going to get kind of nasty. Nighttime, there you go. Sunday. This is the worst of it. Sunday, it's going to rip right across us, and it's going to be the highest winds right before. So pick your fishing area. You can, put this on. You can just click an area, and it's going to drop a pin for you, and it will tell you exactly what your theoretical wind speed is going to be, stuff like that. So this is a really helpful thing right here.
So where were you? I'm pointing at my screen like everybody can see it, but
where was I?
No. It's on the bottom scroll as you were scrolling through. Kind of click there, maybe.
Yeah. What time you want?
And then start sliding back. Well, I wanted to see where the blue is over Panama City Beach. Right. If you look in that bend, kind of like where your cursor is, come down just a little bit. Come down, right about there. If you notice when you were sliding the cursor, that area gets that little divot right in there, gets pretty protected by wind for some reason. And I've always given Blake Hunter of Reel 38. Yeah, like right there.
That's 3 a.m, though.
I know, but still, look at that. Look how that.
Yeah.
It stays nice and blue right there on those east wind days. Whenever we have a strong east wind, that area over there seems to be nice and protected. And I don't know. I mean, it's not like it juts down that far. Yep. The Big Bend area, where was that, St. George's?
Yeah. As you guys can see, I mean, like here we are, we're tracking back. You can do this with the forecast to get an idea of what the winds are going to be doing. Just playing this out get an idea, hey, stuff coming from the east. If we know it's going to run to the west, you can see how it's running around the bend here, and then it curls up. This gives you ideas of what the wind's going to play with, how to adjust to it, what to make a plan for. So really good app, really good thing on there for that one. Waves, always good, but this current isn't too bad. We're in a pretty good spot. So again, just wanted to share this one with the wind. That's going to be one of the biggest factors. I know that, and I think everybody else knows that's just something you're going to have to deal with. If you're on braid, like most of us are, you're going to get the big belly in the line. So get a good tight set on there, and don't forget to account for that. If you're out there at the beach, don't forget to do offset aiming with your throw. Put that sinker where you want it so you're not out there wasting your time and hopefully not slinging off bait. Easy stuff, but easy to forget in that kind of conditions, and try to give yourself some shelter. Don't forget sunscreen.
Right. That's the one thing I always forget is my sunscreen.
All right, we're done talking about the weather.
Yeah, late getting on. What app was that? That was Windy, Gary.
Yep, it's a red app. Really good, useful one.
Windy.com is the name of that one. So we'll get that in there. So we got our announcement out of the way. We got all that. Let's jump right into it. Let's start talking to our captains. This is we have back with us. You guys may remember this guy. The last time we had him on, he dropped some heavy knowledge on us, and we ended up blowing up GI Jig's website. Captain Mark Hotze, how you doing, buddy?
Hey guys, I need to be careful what I talk about on here. Everybody's going to get into my little zone.
Yeah, no, that jig was just, that was one of those things when we saw it, we were like, holy crap. And then it just kind of took off from there.
It's one of those things. I mean, you guys nailed it earlier when you were talking about people helping people out. When I moved down here, I didn't really know much of what I was doing. I just know I kind of wanted to fish my way. Everybody kind of, I mean, I don't want this to come off wrong, but there's like a local crew who doesn't like change. And that's why I bought my boat. I just wanted to fish however I wanted to with nobody to judge me or worry about it. And now it seems like everybody's kind of getting in that way, which is good. But I think guys like you guys telling people the stuff. I mean, there's so many fish out there. And I think we brought this up once before. Like if I say something that helps you guys catch fish, I feel like that kind of counts as my fish a little bit too. So it's cool that it's working, and it's things like this that really help people catch more fish. That's what it's all about. So you guys nailed that earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. So with these wind conditions and you being an offshore guy, kind of near shore, how's fishing been?
So it's been slow for me. It's that kind of season where if I can sneak out 2 trips a week, I'm happy. The fishing that's out there is a lot of fun right now. I really like the spring because I think there's so many big fish in close. A lot of this stuff in summer, I mean, there's fish everywhere. Like, you'll always find fish, but this is kind of my CPR season, my catch, photograph, release, and it's insane. The fish that are here if I can get offshore, they're big and they're fun. And like, you guys know my whole deal. I want to catch the biggest fish I can on the smallest rod that I can. And this is definitely, if you're fishing for food, that's one thing. I always tell people it's a lot cheaper to go to Publix and buy a fillet than it is to rely on a boat for fish. But the fishing is fun. I think not necessarily for me, but from the people I've talked to and the reports obviously on Facebook and things like that, I think it's the best cobia year that we've had in a couple years. I've got some pretty good areas that I like to go to, and I haven't personally seen any. We did hook something on a jig, and I hope he's not listening, but he's a good friend. And I warned him about everything I could about, hey, here's what's going to happen when you hook into a fish on this. It was a 4,000 Stratic.
Okay.
I was like, this is what's going to happen. And as soon as it hit, he lost his mind. And that fish was on for about 1 minute before my heart broke.
Just probably smoking that reel, wasn't it?
It was aggressive, and it wasn't a bonita. It was, I can still feel that one.
Wow.
But I think, yeah, so it's been good for cobia for a lot of people. I think by looking at what the pier did for kings, I think king mackerel fishing with the water temperatures that we're having, especially some of these warmer days, I think kings are going to get thick. And for me, anyway, I kind of wait for when the kings start showing up. That's where fishing season kind of starts for me, because then every day you go out and it's like, man, everything's wide open. What do you guys want to do?
Right.
So it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I think the biggest thing that we have. Oh yeah. So
I'm gonna bring up some of your photos here while you're talking.
Yeah. So this time of year too, especially for keeping fish, we'll go out all day and we'll look for whatever we can, and then we'll come home. And some of these days, I mean, the best bite is off the beach, in my opinion. So we'll spend all day inshore, offshore, doing whatever we can, and then get back on the beach and catch a couple pompano. We're like, we should have just been sitting here all day with having some fun. But and that picture there, I
was going to say, are you making fresh ceviche for those guys?
Yeah, so it's CPR season and also ceviche season. Now I'm not going to say what kind of fish that is in there, but that ceviche was delicious. I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Another thing for this time of year, I think everybody's seen it, but I have to bring it up. Obviously, snapper season being announced.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we've had big whiting over here lately. We let him go. I think we're not really. Yeah, we've got enough fish in the freezer and things like that. So we may have kept those pompano. But,
it's kind of hard to throw back pompano, I think.
Yeah, and she was pretty happy too, because we had both of those at the same time. But again, another snapper. And looking at that, obviously, I mean, you guys have seen it everywhere. They released snapper season for this year. So we had 57 days from June 17th to the 31st of July, with some bonus October dates and November dates, and Veterans Day weekend, Thanksgiving weekend. So great. That's great news. I mean, I think snapper are everywhere, so it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
One other thing that I do want to one other thing I do want to bring up, we're doing, I work on they call it the Gulf Coast boating and fishing seminar series at Legendary Marine on May 3rd, the Tuesday. Tim Broom and I will be at Half Hitch doing our bottom fishing seminar. And I hate to say this, it's recorded. They put it on Facebook. I'm learning to be a lot more private in some of the information that I give out, but I'm not very good at that. Tim and I give out more information at those seminars than like I said. Every time I leave, I'm like, why would I say all that? That's my job, that's my livelihood.
Why don't I just tell all these anglers where to go and what to do and all this stuff? Yeah.
But that's Tuesday at Legendary Marine in Destin, and it's this week we're going to have a representative from Garmin come with us and kind of really go over how he uses his sonar and the right way to do it. So a lot of guys, if you're watching, I mean, I can tell you where I go and how I catch fish and things like that, but sometimes you learn a different skill set about how to do it, and then you don't need people like me to show you around. And that, like I said, that's dumb. That's my job and my livelihood, but it's about catching fish and having fun.
Absolutely. Well,
I want to go out. I mean, even with surf fishing, perfect example. I'm good at it, no problem. But would I happily pay Mike to go out with him? Yes, I would. The boats, the same thing. I mean, hell, yes, I can do it, and I could go out with a friend. But why when I can pay and go out and really get after it?
I think there's a big part, especially in some of the guides too. Like there's doing it for money, and then there's doing it because you enjoy it. And there's something about watching somebody catch a fish or getting a phone call. One of those pictures that I had sent you is a guy with a big black drum. I was sitting on the beach in one of my favorite rips, minding my own business. There's nobody around in that little area. And he kind of walked by and said, "Hey, what are you doing? Did you catch anything?" And of course I said no.
Right.
And he's like, well, what are those tails doing sticking out of the sand? And I just
those were there when I got here. I
kind of gave him a little rundown, and that was that black drum that I sent you a picture of. He texted me.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
He goes, look at what I caught. And it's just incredible just to give him a little chicken rig,
right,
some fish bites, and say, here's what I do. I just throw them out here and wait. So pretty cool. But
yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah. I mean, look at the smile on the face. I mean,
that's all that matters, man. Right there.
Yeah. And a lot of guys will get mad that they didn't catch that fish or they don't have the picture for it. But hey, there's other things you could go do for a living, you know?
Yeah.
But for me personally, the fishing, the wind is a thing. I ran the long range GFS model. It looks like it gets a little better. And then I saw around the first week of May, the second or third, it starts getting pretty nasty again. But they'll update that model and I'll look at it and see. There's nothing I can do about that. So what I really do now, and I mean, you guys know I'm a nerd. I have more nerdy cleaning products and things that I use for my boat and my reels and all my stuff. But I spend this time of year really to get everything ready. I mean, I'm tying all especially if you have a husband, a wife, and 3 kids on the boat. I want everything pre-tied so that I can just clip a rig off and put a new one on and say, here, bait your own hook and keep going. So this is preparation season for me and just trying to get as much stuff from Lonnie and GI Jigs as I can get and just getting ready for it. And maybe having a couple of these every now and then.
There you go.
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what is it? It's the rum, right?
So yeah, and it's funny about the rum. They just came down here for the South Walton Wine Festival and released a brand new product. So we're kind of happy about it, and I'm afraid that these things are going to be on the boat an awful lot. But they just released cans.
Oh,
so we have orange creamsicle, coconut cans, and obviously my rum or our rum.
Orange creamsicle.
Yeah,
that sounds dangerous.
And it's pretty incredible. So I think pulling out a cold coconut rum out of a cooler when you're offshore fishing goes a long way.
Why is the rum gone?
So another thing too,
in my cooler.
Brian, I wanted to give you a big shout out for all your stuff that you're doing with the EKG May. So that's pretty cool to see people getting on board with that.
Dude, that thing, I thought it was going to be intimidating as hell. It's easy.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be that easy. It is super simple. Mike's seen me do it. I mean, hell, I get them done on everyone I've been catching, and it's just a good one. So thank you. I appreciate you for, doing that. I know you've got some coaching things to tell me, and you were telling me that AFCO is getting involved heavily in this too.
So I pro staff with AFCO, and I met with some of the AFCO development team and the guys at Half Hitch. They're working with, I think Andrew's the head of the EKG May Fed. They're kind of a culinary aspect of it because as you know, I mean, there's a lot going on with that in the food market, and AFCO is kind of bringing that into to the fishermen. So they're going to brand, and I think some of it's already on their website, but they're going to brand some brain spikes, and obviously they're calling it the circuit breaker wire, and promoting that a lot. So we'll be talking about that at one of the seminars at Legendary over the next few weeks, and I'll be posting pictures and videos of all that stuff as much as I can. But
awesome, brother.
AFCO is getting in there pretty heavily too from the fishing side, and I spent a lot of time in Japan in a different life. So the first time I saw that, it was pretty aggressive and kind of stuck with. Yeah. So I'll have to send you a video. It's we probably shouldn't show it in case there's anybody watching. But it's pretty interesting. But it's just for us. I mean, it's the time of the year. Water temperature is getting the right temperature.
Yeah.
It's really getting started. Snappers open. Kings are showing up. This pompano here, this for us is really like the kickoff. And when I tell my friends to start coming down, and now is really, I think, when people need to start getting really excited about fishing for the next couple months.
Yep.
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
Freezers while you can. Midsummer and winter's coming, so enjoy. It's gonna be great, man. And hey, people get to go out with you soon. So if
Yeah.
anyone wants to go out with you, how do they find you?
30alighttackle.com is my website. My contact is on there. Obviously, Facebook and Instagram are big. And like I said last time, all of us are on our phones all the time. So if something comes up, it's right here. Unless I'm on the boat, I can be pretty bad while we're fishing.
I'm the same.
Kind of, you got to be paying attention to the clients that you currently have in hand. So I get that.
Yeah.
They,
So 30alighttackle.com.
like
Thanks a lot for having me, guys. If there's anything anybody needs from me, just send me a message. And like I said, I'm pretty friendly and can kind of give you the right advice. Hopefully.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome, Mark. Well, great report, man. We appreciate it, and look forward to getting you back on here again.
Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot.
Take care, Mark. See you next time, bud. I like him.
Always like talking with Mark, man. He's good stuff.
Yeah, I got to text him more about the EKG, man, because I was surprised about how big they're getting on that. Oh, go ahead. You were going to say something.
Yeah, no, I was going to bring up some of the comments we missed while we were talking. We got Mr. Salty McCrory. Thank you for watching. Hello, sir. You like turtles?
Turtles. That's all I saw.
Turtles.
I saw that. I heard that damn kid. I like turtles.
I know.
Okay.
JT jumped on here, said grunt and croaker ceviche is the bee's knees.
I'd make croaker ceviche. I could see that one being a good way to cut into that.
Yeah, I could see that too. Mr. Grossman, what's happening?
Larry!
Hopefully you got on some fish today.
Oh, you know he did. There's no way he did.
Thomas Yeager says he's hooked on shipwrecked via Mark.
we hold no responsibility. That's all. Donnie, welcome down, buddy. Welcome down from up north. I hope you had a great day. I saw a couple of your posts, so congratulations on getting that pomp, buddy. That's great stuff.
Yeah. Need more sunscreen. Yeah, you're probably out there all day.
Yeah.
I think everybody needs some more
down here.
What's that?
I said our sun's a little more intense down here.
It is coming from Indiana there, but glad to have him down here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's all we missed. Gary, yep. Rob, bottom of the ninth, senior night. So I'm guessing the baseball game.
One pump landed in a big red. Man, you loving them reds.
One pump landed in a big and red. Nice. Awesome. Well, let's jump on here real quick. We'll get JT back inshore with us.
Yep. So for those of you who don't know, Captain Justin Thomas, Flat Spot Charters of PCB. Good evening to you, sir.
What's up, fellas?
What's happening, buddy?
Hey, don't be snubbing your nose up in my grunt and croaker ceviche.
I want it. Oh, hell no. I
So,
want to make it.
So I looked at, at that picture that Mark sent in. He's got to have a pre-made mix on the boat ready to go, is what I'm guessing. Like
bumblebee tuna.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, he's got all the ingredients, and then whatever fish he catches, just chops it up, throws it in there, calls it good.
Yeah, man. If it looks good, just chop it up, mix it up. It's all good.
Yeah.
Maybe not like sail cats or something like that. You got to do a little more with them.
Well, I don't know.
I'd do it.
You could probably, fish is fish sometimes, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I think we both read that comment at the same time. We'll keep that off to the side.
That doesn't need to be talked about. Okay.
I just let that one go, man.
What do we got?
Yeah.
Sorry, what do we got going on in the inshore world, buddy?
Yeah.
What you got?
So, pro tip of the century, like you guys talked about.
Sunscreen.
Yeah.
I went out and I tell you what, man, I was all amped up. I was like, man, it's been a while. I ain't wear shorts in a while. And I got my sunscreen, put it on my face, my hands, everything, my ears, and I forgot to do these old milky white thighs.
Oh.
Dude, I got destroyed.
Man.
So, this stuff, though, this is Sport Clear. So what's cool about it is it's not greasy.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's really good stuff. Like, you get that pasty stuff, it gets all greasy. Like this stuff, you put it on and then your fingers and everything's fine. So
nice. Doesn't affect the bait sense at all, or you never notice any issues?
No, I like that it's like I'm not like oily the rest of the day, like I put it on my face and I'm pretty dry and it works really good. So that's pro tip. for today.
Nice. Always like a good pro tip.
Yeah, man. Oh, it was like I thought I was being slick, but it didn't work out for me.
No, it's all
So
you need.
what-
You need to learn one. All you need is once to learn. Just one time.
Yeah, well, that's about 7,000 now, and I should have probably learned by now, but it ain't taken.
So what's the
But yeah,
bite been like over there?
it's been pretty good, man. Like everything's biting really good. Like I know the wind's been horrible, but just go. I'm telling you, just go and go fish. Like the fish are stacking up on points. And go fish. Like honestly, if you look at a point and you're like, it's too windy, I don't want to fish it. That's the one you need to be fishing. I promise.
Nice.
Like if you're running around, everything that looks like I don't really want to fish it, it's going to be a pain in the ass. That's where you need to be.
It's like fishing life right there in itself.
I know, right?
I'm telling you, dude. Like the slack water, there ain't nothing there. It's all on those like blown out points right now. So I mean, like I was out fishing stuff that I've never even looked at before. I was like, that looks like a blown out point. Let's go and just smacking them. You know, just threw a pattern together and just ran around, just catching.
I was just looking because a friend of yours sent me some photos the other day. You guys were out. Looked like you were wade fishing though.
We were wade fishing.
Ooh.
We were wade fishing. We went Texas style on it. So and that's what it is, you know, like you just like we're sitting there and we get so used to moving around and there's value to being quiet. So if you could just get out and not do anything and just not make any noise, they'll bite really good, you know, and they could be there, but if you're running trolling motors and just hole slap, whatever you want to do, like they might be stacked up super thick, but they ain't dumb, you know.
Right.
Like sometimes they get dumb when they're real hungry, but if you could be quiet and sneaky, like we sat there and caught fish for a long time, and you saw the pictures. I mean, old Chris Schuber's smashing them.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. He sent them to me. Now I can't find them, but I was going to put them up because there were some. You guys had some monster trout and
what was that?
And redfish.
That one? That was a crazy heavy one.
Yeah, I don't know what it weighed, but it was. I mean, we're pretty conservative, but that thing was every bit of 23 inches, and it was fat.
Yeah.
It was a big fish, and that was, you know, I think the smallest one we caught was 18 and a half. So they were loaded up, and the redfish were there. Everything was there, you know.
Just getting out and being stealthy with it.
Yep. That's
so
all
were
it
you
was,
using
man.
the soft plastics?
No, we were cheating a little bit. We were just floating shrimps under a cork. So we had like popping corks tied on, but we weren't really doing nothing with them. We were just, like I said, we were just throwing it out at that wind and just letting it pull it across, and you let it just kind of drift, and eventually that cork disappears and start reeling. Like, I think if you would have worked it a whole bunch, we probably wouldn't have done very good. But they were just sitting there, just kind of with their mouth open. If something came by, they just
waiting for an easy meal.
Yep.
Nice.
But I was using this cork.
What we got there?
This is a 4 horseman tackle.
Okay.
So I was using this one, just your standard orange cork. But these are really good corks. I went through one of these all last year.
Did the Starlink dot.
And this is what Chris was using.
Like a pencil cork. Yeah.
Yeah. And I will never, ever throw this, but I tell you what, he took me to school with this thing.
Did he really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was night and day difference. So I don't know. You know, like I just like like I get stuck on one thing and I like just the regular
Right.
3-inch popper and that'll work for everything. And I caught fish, but it wasn't, I mean, it was probably 4-1.
But
Wow.
that's odd though if you weren't working it, and just floating it. You know what I mean?
I know, man. I
You would
know.
think it would be maybe it's such a smaller profile on top there
Yeah.
that it
Just like didn't look like really nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we get into the shadow it's casting and this and that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I watched it, it was so. But yeah, just drifting corks. But I tell you, go fish them points. Like that.
Absolutely.
That's the place to be right now.
So 2 pro tips. Make sure you get the sunscreen.
On your thighs.
What's that?
On your legs.
On your legs, on your thighs. Make sure you get sunscreen on your thighs, and then fish the nastiest stuff that you don't think there's going to be fish points, and you'll be very surprised.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's it, man.
That's awesome. And doing it old school, floating a shrimp on a cork. That's like bobber fishing.
It
what I
was.
mean? Like
Yeah,
bobber fishing bluegill.
Like I use that cork all year round, and once it starts getting we're getting to the time where I'm going to start popping it pretty good.
Right.
But it's just like it's super versatile. Like you can drift it, you can pop it, you can do anything with it. And
nice.
Like
that's awesome.
If you can't figure out a way to get bit on something under a cork, then they just ain't there.
They're just not there. Yeah.
Yeah, they just ain't there because eventually something's going to eat it.
Yeah. That's such a versatile tactic because you can put a jig underneath it. You can float live shrimp. I mean, there's so many things you could do under a popping cork to make it effective.
Yep.
Well, that's great stuff, man. Like I said, wind, like you said, wind is a factor, but fish are still biting. Get out there and go fish. And the thing is just getting out there and doing it.
Yeah, like this, I look at the forecast and I'm like, yeah, this sucks, but I'm amped about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know as soon as it dies down, it's going to be a totally different game. And right now I got them figured out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so nice when that happens.
That's awesome. Awesome, brother. Well, great report this week. Folks want to get in touch with you. How can they contact you?
Flat Spot Charters on Facebook, Instagram. Just reach out to me. We'll go catch them up, man. It's been fun.
Awesome. Well, appreciate the report, buddy. And can't wait to get you back on here.
Yeah, can't wait, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. We'll see you.
All right. So
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Bun, good to see your name on here. How are you? Hope you're doing well. For those of you who don't know, Bun, Pokeball happiness. He's got a place opening up here in Gulf Breeze, which I can't wait for.
Which I heard soft opening the end of the month is what's being projected, I think.
Maybe.
Can't wait.
When we get the word, we're going to be there.
Oh, yeah. Ryan and I will be regulars there.
Uh-huh.
Right there in Gulf Breeze.
More so than my Jen would probably approve of. I might need to get a
All right, folks. It is that time. We are going to jump into the surfing pier with our buddy Blane Roberts, Perdido Blane Fishing. What is up, buddy?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Who texted you with the biggest fish today?
Listen, dude, I got a DM.
Don't tell us.
Don't talk about it. I'm not saying no names. I ain't saying no sizes, but
good.
It's a chunker. It's a chunker. Yeah.
Sunday now.
We we want to get as many people out there to the weigh-in.
I would okay. To be honest, I would say this fish it'll definitely rank. It'll definitely rank. Out of the 5.
I mean, there's 5 spots, so I mean, there's plenty of opportunity. I mean, you've got the top 5 on the red on the pomp, and you got the whiting category. There's plenty. Not to mention, getting there, you've got everybody that's here. You've got Frisky, Ninja, Sinker Guy. You've got good lord. I mean, you got the whole list. I don't even know why I'm trying for my memory. My memory sucks.
I'm having a blast, dude. I'm having a blast. Running around and meeting all these guys. This has been going on for 3 months, just like building and collaborating. And now everybody's here. And It's awesome. I hung out with the Deerfield Fabrication guys today on the beach, and just super cool guys, man. Super cool guys. And came from North Carolina. I think I saw Donnie's battle wagon on Fort Morgan today. I was looking and I saw Donnie. He had posted a picture of the battle wagon, and I was like, I think that's it. I saw the thing on top. So it's like it's great to see. I was in the gas station. There's numbers on people's hands.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I walked to the beach at all today, watching people catch them, looking at their hands.
I'm having a blast, man.
Where you at?
I fished a lot today.
The guys fishing next to us did the same thing. They walked up and like, oh, we're fishing a tournament. I'm like, oh, really? Which one? And I looked down and saw his hands. I mean, does it look like this?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's what we're doing.
I fished hard today, man. I went to y'all's neck of the woods. I actually ran into Smitty today, and I gave it till about noon. Came home, did decent. Water was clean over there. It's always so much cleaner than Bama and Perdido. I'm jealous. You know, y'all's murky water is like our clean water. But I came home and got settled and everything, and I had like an hour before I had to pick up Thunder, my little one. I was like, I got time to take a nap, a little power nap in, get ready for the show. And Frisky swings by and drops me off like 10 of the rattle rigs.
Oh, yeah.
So I like circled them on the kitchen table for about 15 minutes. And then I was like, I'm just going to tie them on, get them ready for tomorrow, And like, as I'm tying them on, I'm sliding them in the porter rod system, like back of the truck. I'm back out, picked Thunder up early from school, went back to the beach and pulled a couple in on the rattle rigs. They were hitting I wanted to see, because I asked Frisky, I was like, tie them for me with just the rattle on one drop and the bead on the other. I want to see if they hit it, and they hit it. Both the pumps I pulled in hit those, so that was fun. That's another thing that's been long coming. Frisky's had that in the works for a while. I'm glad to see that's all coming through for him. So much cool things have been happening, guys. Over the bar, got in Lost Key Outdoors. The Deerfield guys are talking to them also. It's all coming together, brothers.
Nice. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
and like I said, or like Brian had mentioned, everybody's down here. So anybody in the surf fishing community that follows any of the surf fishing pages, you're going to run into somebody at the weigh-in that you have like, oh man, I've seen your post, or I follow you here or there or whatever. There are just tons of folks in the area right now that are going to be there at the weigh-in, and that's what I'm looking forward to, is just being there. I mean, Brian and I are going to be walking around with the phones and live streaming with everybody, because we want to make sure we get everybody on here on the fishing report, and then
the weigh-in's always fun, man.
Yeah,
the weigh-in is I don't know. The fishing is the great part, but the weigh-in, that's the camaraderie. That's the best time, because now you're going to get, faces to names. I had a couple people come up to me today like, hey, Brian. I'm like, hi.
Yeah.
Who are you? Like, let's be friends. Let's talk. But I mean, that's the best part, because we're all together in one spot and we get to enjoy that. And that it doesn't matter. And I mean this wholeheartedly. I know a lot of you are like, you're an idiot. I just enjoy the weigh-in part. If I get a fish, cool, I'm happy. But it's just, that part's the best part to me. I don't know.
Absolutely.
And it's really, man, it's anybody's game, because all the people I've talked to from Fort Morgan, I got some plants down there in Fort Morgan, my parents. So I got my dad constantly looking out there, and I'm like, it's dirty, and it starts clearing like Perdido, and then it gets clearer, but everybody's catching fish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody is catching fish. People are catching fish. Alabama side all the way to the bar today, and that's as far as I've gotten as far as reports.
No, nothing happened in Navarre. There's no fish here.
No.
There's no fish in Navarre.
Lawless let us know that they were starting to see some grass.
Yeah.
So I guess that's Fort Walton, Destin area.
Yep.
So it's like, and it makes it hard to choose in the morning. Like, am I getting up at 4 a.m. or am I getting up at 5 a.m.? Like, you know, and so it's fun, man. It's fun. It's a blast.
So what do folks need to know? Final preparations for weigh-in when they show up. What's key that we need to know about for Sunday?
So I did a post. The sheriff's office, a little satellite sheriff's office. It's like 0.1 miles away from town. I mean, it's an easy walk.
Okay.
They've let us use the back of their building, which is really a soccer field. It's a soccer field with parking. Community soccer field. The lieutenant, I talked to him probably about a month ago, and he was like, "Y'all have at it." He's like, "We'll direct traffic if you need." And I was like, "Let's probably put a flag up or something. There'll be some sort of flag to kind of mark it." But they'll park in there, and if you have a cooler, swing in the tackle shop, and you can drop your cooler. We'll have a designated spot for them. That way, you don't have to lug it back and park and come on back. Weigh in. Like you need to be like, we're not weighing fish after 4 p.m. Right. So that's I mean, I shouldn't say it like that. Like we're going to start weighing fish as people come in, you know, people get there at 2, they get there at 3, we'll go ahead and weigh your fish at 4 o'clock. It stops. So if you're walking up at 4:30, you know, the weigh-in's done. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because theoretically you had 30 extra minutes to fish than everybody else, you know?
Right.
And that's the reasoning for that.
Okay.
I understand people are coming from long distance, things like that. I would suggest fishing Pensacola, Perdido, Orange Beach that day. You're already here. You can, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you're saying is I need to be the first one to weigh in. So at least my name's on the board for a little while.
For a little while.
Before everybody else gets there.
And all the vendors, if there's any sponsors listening here, you guys, we have another parking spot for y'all because we understand you guys have tents and goodies, and that's going to be the fun part. We didn't have that in the fall tournament.
I know.
No,
that's
going to be the fun part. Going to be one of the best parts.
I have been saving charter money for a while, so that's cash when I show up because I know there's some things there.
I'll get in trouble there too, man.
Going to be nice.
Monty will be there babysitting me. She took the day off. I'm like, why? Why are you going? What are you coming up there for?
No.
She's like, I'm going to take pictures. I'm like, you coming up there to watch me? Yeah.
Yeah. Is Mari going to set up a booth?
No, she's going to do a lot of pictures and everything. So if you guys want some professional pictures done, just holler at her. She'll send them to you. You know. Yeah.
Nice.
Hold on, buddy.
We're almost done, Thunder. We promise.
We can't stand it.
Yeah, I said it was going to be a short one tonight, but
that's it, man. You guys get out there and have fun. That's what this thing's about. I mean, it was just the back and forth on the beach today was great. Well, it was just great, you know. My brother's fishing the tournament, so that's who's actually fishing. So I'm just like, I'm free, bro.
yeah.
He's using my gear because he flew in from Texas, you know. So but I'm like, I'm not donkeying the cart. I'm not baiting hooks. I'm just filming. I did 2 videos today. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
That's good stuff. Well, great. We look forward to seeing you out there again tomorrow somewhere along the beach, and if not, we'll definitely catch up with you Sunday at the weigh-in.
Yeah, I'll be rolling around, guys.
Looking forward to that.
Yep, I'll be bouncing back and forth tomorrow again.
Awesome.
All right, man. Be safe out there. We'll see you on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Later.
Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yep.
Later, bud. Man, that he's done a great job promoting this and getting it going out there and just it's been a great event all the way around so far. And the amount of heavy hitters that have come into town for this too is amazing. So hats off to you, my friend, for a great job, Blane. And we'll see you on Sunday.
Oh, I already can't.
I'm sorry.
I'm already ready for it to be over. Just get me to the weigh-in.
Just get to the weigh-in. It's and for those that fish like inshore tournaments and offshore, it's almost mind-numbing sometimes when you start thinking about your strategy and where you're gonna, like, you can put too much thought into it. I think sometimes, a lot of times it's just like, I'm just gonna go fish. You know what I mean? But when you start thinking about, okay, well, so and so's catching fish here, and I got reports of this guy over here, and if you're talking 150-mile stretch, like we're talking for this Pompano tournament, like Blane's right. If I got to get up at 3 because winds are going to be better close to Panama City or wherever, you know what I mean? Like it's like you can just talk yourself into so many things. But anyway,
I'm staying local. I'll be the
Yeah,
first
me
to
too.
tell you guys. If you come looking for me, all you got to do is look for the flag. I'll be local. I'll be in
Yeah.
the Navarre area. It's just sorry, not sorry.
Same.
The fishing's gonna be good tomorrow, and I'll be the first one. You guys saw the reports. You've seen the weather. We've talked all through it. I mean, hell, we pulled up the Farmer's Almanac just to you see the morning bite is gonna be fire tomorrow. That is going to be your best hit. If you're
Yeah.
coming into the Navarre area, keep in mind as the time goes on, it's the weekend. Our bridges have been stacked in the morning. So if you're going to get here at 7, you're probably going to miss a lot of the fun stuff. But that's not saying that either way. So just keep these things in mind as the days go on. Now, Sunday, on the other hand, we took a look at the weather. Sunday is not looking amazing. So my personal recommendation, grind tomorrow. Grind it hard and go for it. If you didn't get bait, make sure you get it in the morning. Try to find a way to get it. I know Lost Key Outdoors, they have the new vending machine out there. If you need bait, if you're in that area, you can get it tonight. So you'll be ready to rock and roll for tomorrow. Gulf Breeze Bait and Tackle opens at 5 unless they're
5.
back to 24. I think they're still at 5.
Still at 5.
So 5 a.m. you can get bait there. Get before the bridge if you're going to go over to Pickens or the Perdido. Portofino area. If you're going to Pensacola Beach, if you're going to roll through there, you're going to have plenty. So Sunday is Pigs on the Beach at Nick's too. Oh, well, that's good to know.
That's up in I'm thinking of Nick's. You're talking about like Nick's Seafood up there in Freeport. Yeah. So it's, beaches, everything, just it's going to be packed.
Yep.
It's going to be fun though.
Thankfully, spring break's over, so you don't have too much to worry about there. But hey, it's another good day. Hopefully, you get out, look for the hands. You're going to see plenty of tags out there. You're going to know where people are. So
and flags.
Yes.
Flags are going to be flying everywhere.
I saw quite a few today.
Did you see a lot of flags today?
Yep. So Burford's here. He was flying his flags. One of the other charter captains is down here as well from the East Coast. He's got his Fish Bites flag. Nice. There's a bunch of flags that'll be out there to see mullet toss this weekend. I heard the mullet toss.
Is that so funny? Is that the one at Orange Beach at the Floribama that they do? I think it is. You talking about that mullet toss, Phil? Or are you just talking about putting a mullet head on a big rig and throwing it out there? Because you have been pretty good at doing that lately, I will say.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Congratulations for 40 Club.
Yeah. I was getting ready to post. I'm going to go ahead and pull up real quick my chairs because Phil has been crushing it, and he's on my saved list today. So we'll just jump right here. Made it to the 40-inch club. Welcome to the club. That is a monster redfish from the surf.
Curl it.
That is nice. And then what'd you say I think you said you're going for the 50-inch club next?
Oh my!
We may have to take a trip to North Carolina for those. I don't know. They got some pretty big drum up there. But great fish. Let's see. Let's go down here to my beginnings. Where we at? That's that one. That was last week.
If you click on the date, it'll take you right to that
422.
file.
There we go. Yeah, I know. Matthew Pike out from 1 to 5:30. Everything was dead, but got some nice pomp. Thank you for the tag, Panhandle Fishing Report. Great. Like I said, 2 is better than none. So that was a lot of people were getting. So nice pompano there. Or you're saying if I do that? I see what you said. We got Mr. Larry Grossman, my best so far, 17 1/4. That is a nice pompano.
17 1/4 shows up at the weigh-in. Now we know.
Yeah, exactly. We're watching you now, Larry.
He's been killing it, man. He's been doing great.
Yeah, he has. Phil's we got into. Great shot there. Did not plan to fish today. This is Mr. Brent Harsh. Again, thanks for the tag. Nice trout there. That is a monster. Look at that.
Larry. That, I mean, what was the weight? 6.6 something, wasn't it? Oh, there you go. You got it up
6'5".
there. 6'5". That is a serious trout.
That is nice.
Congratulations
nice trout there.
on that. That's not an easy thing to grow there.
And then our friend Rebecca, our Cheyenne Rebecca there, out there with cameraman Ron.
Yep. She said she had a blast out there with them.
Yeah, and beautiful redfish there. Look at that. That's another monster redfish. Great job there.
She always catches the big reds. It's like she came over here and fished and was just and slaying reds.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
That is awesome. We'll stop sharing mine. Add yours to the stream. There you go, sir.
All right. So I won't play this, but it was a really good example on how to do the fish for the weigh-in. We can get to that here in a second, but 2.74 pump.
Nice.
Or Sponte team getting after it. That was a good fish.
That's a nice one.
Another good one here.
Fort Morgan,
Alabama.
There we go. Get some more Alabama love in there.
Bun.
What's up, Mr. Bun?
Bun
Nice.
always coming up with some good stuff.
Always.
I was just glad to see him posting again. I mean, if you guys haven't followed Bun, the man gets some great fish. He really does. Not to mention flounder out of nowhere. It's how did you do this?
Yeah.
And
what we got here?
Look
Ooh.
at this sweet looking cobia.
Wow. Nice one.
Yeah, excellent catch right there. So perfect.
Yeah,
way to go. The cobia are here running around. It is going quite nicely.
This is another good one.
30A went out
Yep.
and took out the old special operations community, and they slayed. They got right after it. So great job as always, Blake. Way to go, getting them on the fish. They look like they had a really good time out there, and definitely a couple of serious slabs.
Blake will be on with us next week.
Yep, looking forward to seeing him again. Mark is red.
That's what I was looking for. There you go.
I was wondering if this was the one you were playing with.
Yep, those are the pictures I was looking for.
Yeah. That trout.
Captain Justin and Chris getting on them. Another nice one.
That coloration and just in that kind of water is always so cool to see.
And look at, they're wade fishing in less than knee-deep water out over a point. I mean, that's just and very strategically photo taken.
Why is it blurry?
Because you can't really see. Very artistic. You zoomed in on the fish, not the background.
I mean, come on, man. Give me something to try to steal from you.
Absolutely.
So, that was my stream. Unfortunately,
Awesome,
I didn't have much more other fun stuff because this week was all about prep and crazy, and it is coming to fruition. So,
absolutely.
Hopefully, y'all get out. I mean, I caught fish today.
We caught fish today. Yeah.
Caught a fish. I was happy. No skunk. I'll take a no skunk day every day of the week.
There you go. Don't forget, we mentioned at the beginning of the show, Rob Foster at Rogue Reels has jumped on board with a discount code, all caps Panhandle. That'll be in the description for a 15% discount on rigs from Rob at Rogue Reels. He makes some awesome rigs. And the GI Jigs discount code still going on. The Go Mexas code going on. Y'all get over there, show all those sponsors some loves, and that you support them for supporting us. We greatly appreciate it. Rough week. It's going to be a little difficult this weekend, but get out there, go fish, like Brian said. Next weekend, maybe we'll get a little bit of a break, but it's no break next week.
No sleep till Brooklyn.
There you go. Some Beastie Boys. I like it. Maybe that's what we should use for our intro and outro music. Some Beastie Boys. I think there's copyright issues for that stuff.
Yeah, we might get a little nasty, Graham.
Yeah. Awesome. Appreciate you, everybody, tuning in and sticking with us through the show. We'll be back next Friday night. Until then, here comes the outro. Later, guys.
See ya.